very up close and personal. I accumulated in this amazing, isn't this a gorgeous book? It looks like one of those magical fairy tale, an enchanted book you would find in the forest. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, point is the stuff I wrote in the book. This is the 10, what is this even called? So these are my top 10 tips for getting rid of acne. You know, since my acne did look like this after all. So I'm just gonna start. Number one, I will say is probably one of the most important ones. Probiotic. If your acne is really bad, then I suggest start at 10 billion. Having a healthy gut is probably one of the most important things you should be dealing with if you do have acne, so that's why I want to just get that out of the way. At first, when I started taking probiotics, my stomach like hurt, not hurt, but it felt like it was turning. It felt like something was working, so that clearly showed that my gut was not taken care of enough. Kombucha, sauerkraut, like any fermented foods, anything that doesn't really contain sugar, as dairy is a natural forming sugar, and every single human on earth to an extent is lactose intolerant. I know so many people online, offline, that say that their stomachs hurt even like a slight bit. Well, everyone is to an extent lactose intolerant, so ow. Okay, number 2, we sweat a lot during our sleep, and also the acne products we put on overnight rub off on the pillow and also cause premature aging, and the sebum in the pillow, it just builds up over time if you don't wash it. Make sure you're washing your pillowcase regularly. You probably hear this a lot. Okay, this, you see this pillow? It is a dedicated back sleeper. It like forces you to sleep on your back. You'll find yourself lying on your back more and more as time goes on with this pillow. This is not sponsored in any way. This company doesn't even know I exist. I paid full money for this. This was like an $80 pillow, but like this is definitely one of the cheaper pillows that are a back sleeper pillow, because these pillows range from like $100 plus. So $80 was the cheapest, like this was the cheapest pillow I could find. I think it's cheaper in the States though, as with the conversion, I think everything said and done in the States, it should be $60. I'm not completely sure, but I can link it. And also it has a zipper where you can actually wash the pillowcase too, so it's a win-win. You have a clean pillowcase and you are sleeping on your back. Then you're not rubbing against a sweaty, oily pillow. And on top of that, your product is gonna stay on all night, so your acne products will work like wonders. If you don't have one of those pillows or can't afford one, because believe me, I wanted one for a long time, one of those back sleeper pillows. But if you can't sleep on your back with one of those pillows, then I suggest having 2 pillows kind of beside you. I usually fold up a pillow to make kind of like a cradle for my neck. Honestly, everyone's different though, so you can get multiple pillows, like 3 or 4, and just kind of place them around your head in a way that will make you, like kind of will force you into that back. I've done that a lot with like multiple pillows instead of getting that one pillow. So number 3 is not a good diet. A good diet would be a lot of fiber to keep everything going. You don't want too much sugar. So for example, I mean, I'm gonna be posting a lot more what I eat in a day videos. An ideal diet day for me would be completely vegan and gluten-free, so I wouldn't have any breads, pasta, basically nothing that could contain sugar, you know, except like natural occurring sugars and like fruit and vegetables. So all I would eat would be, yeah, like fruits and vegetables pretty much all day, with quinoa, rice, like brown rice, of course. If you are having any type of gluten, make sure it's like whole wheat or whole grain. I still have oatmeal in the mornings. I would suggest if your acne is super bad, then also cut out not just sugars from processed foods, but also sugars from fruit. You don't have to do that forever, but you can just figure out what is actually causing the problem if you have already took the probiotic and you're keeping your face clean, etc. For what may be causing acne would be stress. There was a time in my life where I was so stressed. I think 2018 actually, this year, has probably been one of the most stressful years of my life. It's been a good year, but it's been a rough year at the same time. And that's still pretty rough, I'm not gonna lie. You know, there's times of self-doubt, always stressing like, oh, there's not enough time in the day. But the thing is, you can't just think that the world is against you, because it's not. You are against yourself. You are the only one that is in control of your actions, and I feel like whatever you do with your actions, it's gonna result into what you feel at the end of the day. If you do good things and do productive things that you feel confident and good about, that will better you as a person, then that's going to result into feeling better about yourself. If you don't do anything productive and you just sit around watching YouTube videos or Netflix all day, yeah, you're probably not going to get much done. Therefore, that results into being stressed out and making excuses like, oh, there's not enough time in the day, when clearly you're you know, watching YouTube for 5 hours straight, which I am guilty for. But again, that's just something you have to work on. Even problems within like your family or friends or relationships, whatever it may be, just know that you have full control over what you do today. We release endorphins and help stress and anxiety way more efficiently when you work out as opposed to watching TV or something. Number 5, drink lots of water. Very, very basic and straightforward information, but not just water. You also gotta drink green tea, matcha. I will link below one of the ways how I got rid of acne, and that was drinking a lot of matcha every day and putting it on my face and all that kind of stuff. I'll also link a study down below about the effects and how much benefits green tea has towards getting rid of acne. But honestly, as long as you're drinking either water or green tea, you are good. The less caffeine the better, the less tea the better. I barely drink any tea unless if it's green tea. You can buy one of those like liter water bottles and then just drink 3 of those a day for it to be a gallon. Number 6, take supplements and multivitamins. I'll link all my supplements I take down below. I don't want to go through all of them today, but that's just one multivitamin. There's so much more like fiber pills. Yeah, I will link down the video for my supplements for you to watch, because I would just be saying the exact same things in this video. Number 7, do not touch your face. And I get a lot of comments on my videos saying I touch my face too much. I agree, I'm sorry. I love moving my hands when I talk. I love like fidgeting with everything. If you're not wearing makeup and you touch your face, you could just quickly rinse it off with like lukewarm water and that's it, done. When I am wearing makeup, I don't touch my face anyway because I don't want to mess up my makeup. So when people comment that I do touch my face, I literally rinse my face with lukewarm water after and just pat dry. But yeah, that's my tips. Number 8, you should be cleaning your makeup brushes. Especially if you wear makeup every day, then you should definitely be washing your makeup brushes like once a week. But if you put on makeup like only occasionally, like I am, then maybe wash once every couple weeks, once every few weeks at the latest, because even when they're sitting there, they still collect dust. So yeah, no later than that. 9, so obviously you should be getting enough sleep. The ideal repairing time, I always keep hearing that it's from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Even if you get 8 hours after you fall asleep at like 2 a.m., you might not feel your best just because your biological clock, I guess, works in a way where it only rejuvenates the best from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. There must be some sort of studies behind that. I'm gonna research and link down below, because I keep hearing that everywhere from any like holistic nutritionist. They never really say why, unless if they did and I just wasn't listening. I woke up at 6 this morning, for example, and it's now like 2 p.m. and I still feel really good. Like I went to bed at about 10. For some reason, I do feel so much more rejuvenated and refreshed as opposed to falling asleep later on and getting that same 8 hours of sleep I would usually get. So the earlier you fall asleep, the better, because then you could wake up earlier and then get more things done instead of late at night. You're usually browsing on the internet anyway. Might as well sleep. And my final tip, please keep a simple skincare routine. I cannot stress that enough. A lot of people use so many products. For the past while, I've just been washing my face, putting on like a facial spray and a adapalene gel and like a, what do you call, a nighttime moisturizer, and that's it. I only use like 3 things on my skin. And on top of that, make sure you get every speck of your makeup off. And these are the last bonus tips if you came to watch this far. 1, you are exfoliating too much. Physical exfoliators, they can actually be damaging if you're tugging at the skin and pulling. Not good. They're way too like abrasive, too intense. So I suggest using a chemical exfoliant. I personally don't have one. I barely exfoliate. Like I'll use this mask like once a week or once every 2 weeks. When I do need to exfoliate, this is the only thing I use, and it's gentle if you wash it off before it dries completely. So I would do that instead of using an actual scrub, because again, they're way too harsh on your skin and also can make your skin more irritated and result into more breakouts. And my very last tip, you should make sure if you're going outside, always wear sunscreen, even if it's in the winter and even if it's cloudy, because if you're putting on all the salicylic acid, benzoyl peroxide, adapalene, your skin is going to be really sensitive even the next day. So make sure your skin is protected. You're wearing a hat, you're wearing sunscreen. So with that being said, I hope you have a good day, good night wherever you are. I hope these tips will help and that you can apply them to your future days to come. And if I have any more tips and tricks, I will definitely let you know. Those are the tips that the majority of people should know, or maybe if you learned something new. I'm glad that I could educate you a bit. I will catch you in the next video. Peace!